Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question of the night. Should Christina, should Christina be Molly's surrogate on General Hospital? Again, I sit there and quote Dolomedics. It's not a good idea to be a surrogate if you are a first time mom. Okay? On top of that, there's just way too much closeness. Every time they see each other at dinner, Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever, she's always going to sit there and have that sadness in her heart. Okay? It's just not a good idea. But for some odd reason, she's all gun ho to do it. I think it's a mistake, but it's a soap opera, so it's going to be what it's going to be. And I want to know, what are your thoughts in the comment section? As always, we do sit there and talk about all the shows in our hospital, Days of Our Lives, Born and Beautiful, Young and the Restless. As you're coming in, make sure you do hit the like button because it really does help. Let's do some roll call and let's get this started. Black Mom's in the chat. Freddie's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Happy Friday to you. Black Mom's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. But yeah, you are back. Laura B is in the chat. What's good, Laura B? And Spiderquake's in the chat. Spiderquake says, Albert, do you remember the special day? Special day for what? Cherry Ice Cream's in the chat. What's good? Thank you for joining. I'm glad you're doing good, Black Mom. Do you remember the special day? Well, oh, yes. As far as members is concerned. Oh, no, of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Thank you, Spiderquake. Yes. So I put it on my community tab, but let's just sit there and give a very special happy birthday to Jess, aka the Queen. I hope she is celebrating her birthday in style. I hope she is having an amazing day because she is an amazing person, an amazing woman. And I'm just glad that, I'm glad to know her. She's a very special woman. Nicole's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Dave is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Yes, and I agree with that. I agree with that. I'm like, yo. Oh, yeah, I didn't. Exactly, Spikequake. She's the queen and deserves to be happy on her day. She deserves to be happy every day. And yes, he should have. Because I don't understand this. It's like, bro, you do realize that if you don't do business with them, they're just gonna remove you. They're gonna find you an obstacle, and that's just gonna be that. And Dex saying Jason. Okay, that's right, Cheyenne. It is almost 2024. You are correct. So I don't have my usual noodles because the supermarket across the street decided not to carry it. So now I have to go to my store to sit there and get it tomorrow. LaShanta's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Like I said, as always, we're gonna sit there and talk about all the shows. Okay, we got a lot to get into it. Ron is in the chat. What's good, Ron? I also saw the previews towards Days for next week. And no, I don't think that Nicole's gonna find out that the child is hers next week. I don't see that happening. I saw people in the comment section there saying, man, I'm so glad this is gonna be over. I was like, are y'all people just really that gullible? You really think that Nicole is just gonna sit there and find out just like that how many secrets she got? It's not just that, yes. On top of that, LaShanta, yes, it's very true. Exactly, Freddie. They gave him double the money. My whole thing is like, Sonny, you already do illegal stuff. Okay? This isn't really that much different from what you do. Just shut up and take the money. You're sitting there asking them, oh, well, I'm not going to do business with you until you find out who shot me, who tried to shoot at me. They're not the cops. That's not their problem. Your, their problem is getting stuff through Port Charles. Your problem is making sure you comply with them. I don't. Let's not just says why Carly always a target because she decided to marry Sonny. She decided to be with Sonny. She knew the risk. She knew the risk. Lashanta. She knew the risk. So Lobby says I'm not happy they are having Molly baby is such a bad idea. Plus the way they treated her when yeah exactly on top of that too Lobby. That's why I was so annoyed. I was like, yo, are you kidding me? Why the hell you want to sit there and what's good, Nicole? Why you want to sit there and be a surrogate? I mean, I understand they buried the hatchet and everything like that, but I'm like, Lashanta, I felt like Ava should have told Sonny. Once again, I don't get this. Ron says, why did Dimitri let Sloan took his phone like that, and how did she get Nicole's number? That's a good question. Um, but Ava. Here's the thing: Ava didn't learn anything from the last time she didn't tell Sonny. The last time she didn't get Sonny involved. And then when she finally told, Sonny, it was damn near too late. If you would have told him if you would have told him the first time, and people was like, no, it's not a good idea that Ava told Sonny, because Sonny would just sit there and mess it up. And now she's doing the same thing again. It's like, are you kidding me? It's like you didn't learn from your mistake of not telling him the last time, and now you're doing this. I can't. Freddie says this time Dex was absolutely right. Yeah, he was. But Sonny's arrogant. So Police said take the money is not just taking the money. Well, the thing is, Alicia, he knew that they were very powerful people. Okay. He knew at this point it was better for him to just sit there and comply. Why he decided to not do it this time, like, oh, I'm taking a stance because if I don't do business with them, they'll just sit there and eventually leave me alone. Okay, Sonny. Alicia, the very beautiful Alicia, very, very, very beautiful Alicia. Um, yeah, I was wondering who that other dude was that was talking to Carly. I yeah, I mean, granted, I don't feel bad for Carly. Carly knew what she was getting into when she decided to be with Sonny. So if Carly's a target, then oh well. Like seriously. Alicia, Sonny didn't take the money the last time. Yeah, that was a mistake. Yeah, he was all like, "Oh, I'm not going to sit there and do business until y'all find out who the shooter is." That's not their job. Their job is to do business. Your job is to sit there and just shut up and comply. That's what your job is. I don't think you already do illegal stuff anyway. Why is this any that different? Ron says, "While some people are getting excited, Nicole is not going to fight." And I said the same thing, Ron. I said the same thing. I said the exact same thing. I haven't had these type of noodles in so long. It's Nina's turn now. Okay, all right, let's jump in. Um, I did find it out of pocket that Nina wanted. Which I think you got. I'm not crazy. I liked it. I liked it. It was a treat, Alicia. So I appreciate it a lot. So thank you. Like I said, Alicia, you look good. You look good. You definitely need to be taking some more photos. I'm just saying. Dave said the answer for the question of the day should be yes. Why? Why should why yes, Dave? I don't know why. I'm curious. This takes so long. Hmm. Freddie says Sonny should listen now. It's just become a war. Exactly, Freddie. Like I said, Sonny. I like Sonny, but Sonny's arrogant. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's very true, Lashante, because Sonny said to Nina, "Hey, listen, you can get with me, but as far as my business is concerned, that's something that you're not going to be included." And now Nina's all like, "Oh, no, you need to sit there and tell me stuff. You need to tell me everything." No, he does not. What are you doing? Ron says Tay is such a hole, an a-hole. He can't see through. Well, yeah, of course. Ron, you know the saying, young and dumb. Pretty said Carly always going to be a target just because of the connection Sonny share children together. Exactly. Ready? She knew exactly what she was getting into when she decided to be with him. And she decided to drag her children into it too. Police said Jason isn't the only reason why Sonny is still standing. Yeah, that's true, but he's a big part of it though. He's a big part of it. Shakira says, "Who cares?" Okay, Shakira coming in kind of hot. Most of us care just to answer your question, but um, last day was good. Last day, last day is in the chat. How have you been, my friend? Who cares? Wow. Okay. DC, the one and only. DC says, "Not gonna lie, this clear storyline feels so out of nowhere. Currently watching Tuesday's Y&R. I figured you was a little bit kind of behind on stuff. Um, Jordan monologue like a DC villain. Ron says Holly is really delusional, talking to Johnny about his stupid bracelet. Well, I mean, she's a kid, so when I was young, I sat there and I thought about older women all the time. DC says how you know I was behind. Exactly, like I said, she's monologuing like a DC villain. And when I say DC villain, I mean like comic book stuff. Um, yeah, Lashanta, she was, which is not always a good thing. Just little FYI. Last day says I'm good. It had a week also. I have been spending time with my friends. So that's why I've been listening in chat. Well, it's good to see you again. Exactly. And Lashanta, Carter knows. Carter knows before Zende. Big Nate was good. DC said they better stop this whole Johnny and Holly storyline. Is giving me PTSD from the Ethan Kristina days when she lied on Ethan. I'll never forgive her for that. Yeah, and I don't blame you. That was the one thing that sat there and gave me a sour taste in my mouth when she did that. And even though I understood why she did that, I still was not a fan of it. Sakir said, "Do you like the name Ariel?" Ariel? Yeah, I like it. They said, "I say yes because at this point Molly is running out of options." Okay, all right, that's fair. That's thank you for your answer. Freddie said, "Damn, my girl Nina knows too much tea. The SEC, the Charlotte situation now, the Austin and Mason working together. But hey, I'm enjoying it at least. With Nina, it's very interesting. I see. I'll give you that much. I give you that much. I will give Nina a lot of crap, but Nina will make it very interesting, even if she does stuff out of pocket. These says I remember Kristina almost got Ethan killed. Her lying self, man. I would never forgive Kristina for that. And that's the thing. Luke should have put a bullet in Sonny, if we're gonna be honest. Luke should have put a bullet in Sonny. Because Luke came to Sonny like, yo, let me sit there and investigate. Let me do something. But Sonny wanted to be Sonny, and Luke came in. And I was like, Luke, you should have put two holes in them, to be honest, baby. Nicole says, "For once, I'm caught up on days. Now I'm behind on GH. Yeah, yeah, last day. I said the same thing. Saying as to Pikeman's next move, kidnapping Carly, maybe. Probably Nina. But yeah, it's probably going to be Carly, Alicia. Unfortunately, it should be Nina. Juan says, hello, Albert. Albert and the chat. How's everyone doing today? How you doing tonight, Duan? Oh yeah, and of course not Lashanta, because Molly's being selfish. Molly is selfish. That's the bottom line. Molly is selfish as hell. DC says, what if Pikeman is Miss Will? I feel like that's something that GH would do. GH would be really lazy and do something like that. But you know what? I'm glad you didn't watch the review. Glad you didn't watch the review. I'll say that much. Also tonight, let me put this in the pinned comment now. I can see them doing some lazy ass writing like that too. What's just taking so long? I can see it. So tonight I actually have a video for the members, and also yes, I am still going to sit there and do the member shout out. I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow if I'm not too tired, but it will be done. Trust me, because I am very grateful. So I put the in the pinned comment. You want to click on it and join the membership tonight. I'm actually going to be doing a video for the members about a conversation that went on in the last membership chat. So it's going to be a good video. If you're not a member, definitely join. Lobby says, "I agree. It's stupid as he doesn't know." Yeah, Carter. Yeah, it's Lobby is so out of pocket. It's so out of pocket. Was good, Double C. Hope you had a great day. Lashanta says, "Kyle's so arrogant. I can't wait till he gets his just dessert." And Diane too. He still thinks he's entitled to Billy's job. Hmm. Yeah, that's very true. Double C, then it would be lazy writing, and that would feel just exactly. It'll feel exactly like what GH would do. They said getting rid of Miss Wu would then that GH heard. Yeah, but I feel like Miss Wu's a good character. She's just not used right. She's underutilized. Last day says Wino was really good this week. The acting storyline was phenomenal this week. I love seeing Claire and Jordan's story coming together this week. Every day, I was excited to see what happens. It did keep you on the edge of your seat. I will give Wino that as well. Freddie says, my girl Nina was at the FO with Michael yesterday. The way she looked at him and said, "What if I'm not willing to pay?" I'll say, "That's right, Nina, fight back." See, and that's the thing. I was on. It's hard for me to pick a side with Nina and Carly, but in that moment, I was like, yes, take the power back. But see, that's my whole thing though. Like Michael was coming across as a bully. Michael's coming across as a bully. Nina was wrong for reporting Carly, not so much because she doesn't like Carly, but more because it's going to hurt her in the long run. I just wish that she owns it, you know? Because let's be honest, I totally understand where Nina's coming from. I don't blame Nina for what she did. LaShanta says Claire was wrong, but her crazy aunt lied to her. She saved them. Show her some grace. No, sorry, I can't do that. To an extent. Because here's the thing, Lashanta. At some point, you have to take responsibility for your own actions. Yeah, she lied to her, but if Claire was too, let's be honest, if Claire was too stupid enough to sit there and not try to figure out the truth on her own, I mean, come on. Yeah, she did save them, and that's a great thing. But the fact that you waited 20 years and didn't bother to sit there and ask any questions, you just sat there and believed what your aunt said. Hmm. DC says the Claire storyline is refreshing. Then from the Newmans fighting over who owns Newman um idea for the week. Yeah. Lashata says in the end they were saved. Yeah, I mean that's great. I'm not taking that away, but it's not going to discount. It's not going to fully discount the fact that Claire was an idiot. Spike Quake says Albert Pikeman and Carly 1,000 times more interesting than Carly and Drew. Okay. Reggie says, well, I'm Team Nina. Yeah, I mean, trust me. Freddie, I knew that from day one, so I'm not surprised. Um, not letting this girl play you for a fool. Ron, like I said, when you're young and dumb, you do some stupid things. I'm not excusing it, but he could be considered just the typical simp, right? You know, I'm sitting there hoping that Nina gets kidnapped because I feel like if okay, um, I feel like if Nina gets kidnapped, at least it'll give her some more stuff to do. If Carly gets kidnapped, it's typical Carly getting kidnapped. I would much rather see Nina get kidnapped and have Sonny really care. Why are you writing everything in bold letters? Um, Gemini, what's good, Gemini? Lastly says Claire was lied her entire life by her aunt. I'm not condoning what she did, but she clearly has some serious issues to work through. Imagine finding out that your entire life was a lie. It's called therapy. I mean, last day. Here's the thing. I give you props because you're more understanding than I am, right? Yeah, you've been lied to, but at some point, when you become an adult, you have to sit there and start taking accountability. 16, 17, 18, whatever, fine. The minute that you turn 21, and she's over 21, you should have sat there and really checked yourself instead of believing everything that this woman told you. Because at some point, that buck actually stops on Jordan and starts to become on you. You know, been lied to. Boo hoo. They're grown adult. My motto. Um, the world doesn't owe you understanding. So at some point, you got to kind of start figuring stuff out yourself. Anthony, how you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. I'm doing well, my friend. How are you doing? Well, like I said last day, you have more patience than I do, so I'll give you props for that. Yeah, I don't. He said that multiple times that you're not going to know what's going on in my world because I want to protect you. See, that's the problem. Nina's the type of person that says that she can handle his world, but when things started to get dicey in the beginning of their relationship, the first thing she did was went to Phyllis to talk about how dangerous his world was. His world is super dangerous, and this, that, and the third. I knew he was a mobster, and yet you still chose to be with him. You know, it's one of those things where it's like I want to see how it plays out. I want to see if Nina could sit there and really stand the test of time with Sonny. With all of it, you know, the violence, the shooting, the kidnappings, that will test her merit. Lois says, yes, I can see where you're coming from now, but maybe there will be redemption for story for Claire because I hope they don't go with Claire as a crazy route. Well, yeah, there's redemption for her. There's definitely redemption for her. Freddie says, Brooklyn, please say no to Chase Sutton marriage proposal. Yeah, exactly, Freddie. It was literally out of left field. It was literally, I literally sent this like, what? Bro, she literally moved in with you like less than 2 months ago. Police said, can Nina put up with Sonny and Anna? Sonny and Anna, probably. I don't think she could put up with the violence, Tom. And what's good, Anthony? Thank you for joining. I hope you had a great day. I'm doing well. How are you? Ron says Agent needs to sit his damn ass down. Can't wait for him to get his bubble burst when he find out that he's not the father of Nicole's baby, and Mayor Price needs to fire him ASAP. He is not. He is not about anyone. Okay, cool. I can see that you are not a you're not an AJ fan. That's fine. He's not everyone's cup of tea. I'll say that much. That'd be interesting. Double C. Lashata says, Gray, you've been asking Chase about marriage and kids, but if he's not ready, why propose? Yeah, it just seemed just out the blue. Um, so you can't stand sexy Sloan, but also has anyone actually been liking Lois? I asked that question in the chat. But has anyone? Okay, if you're a Lois fan, what have you liked about her since she's been back? Very curious about that. Lashanta, what about Nate the Great? What about your boy Nate the Great? I love Lois. Okay. What have people been loving about Lois since she's came back? You're gonna need to. Okay. All right. What have you liked about Lois since she's been back? Freddie says, I bet the marriage proposal was out of the blue. I'm like, yeah, I said the same thing. I was more just like, what the F? Yes, I'm very curious about that. I see a lot of people always sit there and talk online about how they love Lois and she's been back and it's been super great. And I'm just like, what has been great about it? What has she done since she's gotten back that's made it great? We says Lois can go back to the borough when it was like she hasn't everything her presence. Like what? You haven't actually said what has she done. Everything her what does that mean? I mean, no offense. It just seems very vague. Darby, what's good, Darby? Double C's I want Pikeman to be the one of Alcazar's brothers or cousins who looks like them. Oh, third twin. Double C says Lois is meh. Lois says I like Lois, but I agree with you. They're not doing much with her. That's the problem. That's the problem, Lorby, is that she's there for fan service, which is it's fine. But when characters used to come in, they used to come in with a purpose. Brooklyn needs her mom. Okay, that's okay. Well, I mean that's an answer. I'll say that much. I don't know, Ron. It's actually been pretty interesting. Darby says sooner or later, Olivia and her bestie from Bensonhurst are going to come to blows over Ned. Well, at least that'll be interesting then. At least cutting up Peppers, Lois, please. You know what? Here's the thing, Alicia. When she said that comment about the nails, she was like, "Oh, I can do a lot of things with, I can do a lot of things despite my nails, being on my fingers or something like that." I was like, okay, I can. That's kind of hot. Where are we going with this? Last says Lois is just kind of there. Only see her as Quinn from BNP because when she was Lois on GH, I wasn't alive. My thing is, Lois hasn't done a damn thing since she's gotten there. The only thing that Lois has done since she's been on GH is take up oxygen and space. I don't think Lois is a bad character, but I feel like she's very underutilized because what has she done since she's gotten there? She's done nothing except be fanfare. And I don't remember when I started watching it, characters actually used to do more than just be there for fanfare. Just saying. Lisa, I don't have nails, but I can do stuff too. Oh, that's pretty hot. I'm just gonna keep my imagination to myself. Um, Nicole said, "Does anyone remember how long Nicole kept Sammy's daughter? That's when she should get her." Oh, I like that. I like that, Nicole. That's what this is. This is the reason why I can't feel bad for Nicole. She did the exact same thing to Sammy, and people are just like, "Oh, poor Nicole, poor Nicole. I can't believe Nicole is going through this." I'm just like, I'm reading these comments and just shaking my head like, "Are you kidding me? Really?" And part of me wants to sit there and comment underneath, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna let you just put out that information because well, I feel like maybe at some point I'll make a separate video for Lois. And she's people talk about how Drew has been useless, and I'm like, has Lois actually done anything since he's gotten back? Lorby says, do you think Eric dies? Oh, he just no, he just collapsed. Lorby, he ain't dead. He ain't dead, Lorby. But it's going to be much more suspenseful because if he just died, that would be whack. Reggie says, at least Ava burned the note and a picture of Austin's dead body, but this probably won't still be any good since the Pawtucket officer wants to question her. She better hire a lawyer. Yeah, she better get Scotty. I mean, Freddie, she can't really get a. Scotty's not a bad lawyer. It's just like, she's going to want to get in Scotty. Police said, is Nicole still a hot mess? Haven't watched Days in for years. Guess things don't change. Here's the thing, Alicia. She isn't as much of a hot mess as she used to be. She's a lot more calmer now, which kind of sucks a little bit. She's not as much of a hot mess as she used to be, and that's kind of a shame. Have a good night, Nicole. Thank you for joining. Ron said, I just want Sheila to have a baby, forget the age thing, because I remember watching Passions and Tabitha had a baby and she's older than Sheila, the character. Yeah. I, hey, Ron. I'm glad you feel that way. That's pretty much about that's all I can really say about it. Lashante says Scotty is Ava's lawyer. Yeah, Alicia, that's all. I was trying to be nice about it, but yeah, there's levels. I do feel like if there was, if they were on even playing fields, I feel like maybe Alexis could beat Diane. Eagle fans say, hey, Eric finally collapsed. I wonder if this would be the end for him at B&B. I feel sorry for him. That he wanted was a party and remember the good times. Yeah, I felt bad for him, and I still do. And it was kind of sad when he was talking about how scared he was. But then when he collapsed and Donna did that overreaction, soapy stare, It was just like, huh. It's like it almost turned into a "This Is Us" moment, and then they did the soap opera thing, and it reminded me, oh yeah, I'm still watching the soap opera. Oh. Lashetta says God will do some strange for a little change. He is an ambulance chaser. Lastly said Thomas all of a sudden acting so loving and caring for Eric out of the blue makes no sense because all Thomas has done for the past 6 months is be with Hope, Shadow, and Puppet. I mean, you can do both. Last that you can still lust for someone, but still have love and admiration for your family. Trust me, when it comes to us guys, we know how to multitask. Justin, Chase and BLQ should get married. I guess when you know, you know. It just did seem kind of like out the blue. Leslie went against Diane. Plenty she lost. All right, I'm at, you know, listen, I'm gonna sit there and look into this. I can't believe that she won every single time. Um, I feel like I feel like Alexis is a competent lawyer. Alicia said Alexis should be able to petition to get her license back, but I guess plot, of course. You know, Alicia, plot overrides common sense and um well, you know I'm going with this. Eve Princess can actually stop pretending she still does not want the bad boy Tucker McCall. She is hiding behind excuses. In reality, she still wants to change him, even though she claims she doesn't. Yeah, that's usually most women curses, is that they want to sit there and try to change a man. At least that woman can also multitask. I'm sure y'all can. I'm sure y'all can. I'm trying to keep this PG. I'm trying to keep this PG-13, but I start having imaginations. Freddie says Diane Miller is the best lawyer. She's a a shark. Okay. Yeah, I get that. I get that. I get that, Lashanta. I remember her saying that. I just, I don't know. I just, the Havlin has been a while. Ron says, no, yeah. I don't think it's going to blow up the show's ratings. I think people are going to be looking at the show and be like, what in the hell? I'm pretty sure it's not going to blow up any ratings. La, Lashanta says Alexis was Sonny's lawyer first, but too high and mighty. Lastly said Thomas is just horrible. The dude can't figure out that Hope is basically using him as a human joystick at this point, but apparently he's okay with that. I'm just saying I wouldn't be. Hmm. You know, last day, let me ask you a question. If Thomas is doing that with any other person, let's say it wasn't Hope, but it was somebody else, do you still feel that way? Because I know your whole disdain for Hope, but if he was with somebody else, would you still feel that way? Just curious. That's that's true, Alicia. That's true. Just saying. Start saying things like that, my imagination starts running wild. And tease me with a good time. I'm just saying. Darby says women complain about all the men bad qualities and want to change them, but don't realize those are the qualities they are attracted to begin with. Yeah. Um I just don't. Yeah, I don't. I'm going to sit there and say it's a sensitive subject, so I know some people are going to be clutching their pearls. But same thing with Trina and Spencer, right? There were so many times that Trina chastised Spencer for treating people like dirt, for using his privilege, the way that he sat there and talked to Dex. But I'm like, that's how Spencer always was. And you can't sit there and change him. Spencer's going to always sit there and look down upon a lot of people. That's not going to change. You either need to sit there and accept that with Spencer, or you need to sit there and find somebody else. That's the bottom line. And I know some people isn't there like, I guess, defending Trina trying to change Spencer because she's young or some BS. I'm like, no, trying to change somebody to make them fit what you want them to be is never good. Maybe says I wish somebody as hot as Hope would use me as a human pogo stick. Freddie said daytime image just days away. Yes, the 15 minutes, right? Well, Lord B, I gotta sit there and give the trigger warnings. Especially when it comes towards Trina. Especially when it comes towards Trina and talking about her with Spencer. Hell, I made a video about that and I still got chastised. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is the reason why I don't talk about. This is the reason why I don't put Trina up on the title as far as the question of the night, because I'm not dealing with that headache. I'm just not. The shot to say I can't stand the three witches. Oh well, you know how I feel about my girl Donna, the amazing, gorgeous Queen Janice in the chat. Thank you for joining. I hope you had a great day. Always good to see you, my queen. They say you haven't had a live stream where you talk with people during the live. No, I have. I haven't had it I haven't had it in a while, but yeah. Janice says I saw a great interview with Claire today. Oh, Michael Fairman, right? Michael Fairman, right, Janet? I gotta go on his page. I think that's what you're talking about, right? Michael Fairman. We said we must be sensitive to Trina. Yeah, people tend to take things left, and it's just like, I can't. Yeah, I gotta. Thank you, Janet. Yeah, I gotta watch it. That's the thing, Janet. Michael Fairman be getting those interviews. Michael Fairman knows how to get those interviews. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out, Janet. Thank you for letting me know. Last says if it was the exact same situation, yes, because it's a specific situation. No one should use other. Okay, that's very true. That's very true. I agree with that. I agree with that, my friend. I agree with that. Janice is definitely worth watching. She's a true professional. Yeah, no, no, I love watching Michael Fairman's interviews. So I'm definitely gonna watch that. He's really popular in the entertainment business with soaps. Which I really don't care about Trina and her mother. Damn. Her mom pisses me off. Trina, the thing for me, Janet, I mean, the thing for me, Alicia, is that Trina can stay her girl. You know, she has a good moment, she has a bad moments, but she's kind of middle of the road. You know, like there's not really much to talk about her as a character by herself. It's usually with Spencer. So it's one of those things where it's like she can come and go. I don't. It's not a winner or loss for me though. Curtis too. Damn. Well, I get that, Alicia. A lot of people don't like Curtis. Lashanta says, "I bet Epiphany takes the Emmy." Yeah. I'm actually going to be watching. I'm actually going to be sitting there watching that. I would suggest I saw the interview with Claire, actress with Michael. It was 45 minutes long. Yes. Yeah, I definitely got to watch that. Like Craig says, hopefully I'm a member. If not, I'll see y'all next week. I look forward to seeing you. Like I said, Spider Quick, I'm putting out a video tonight for the members. Um, putting out a video for the members. It's gonna be a good one. I'll say that much. Last day says Trina, her mom, can go and never come back. Won't miss them. Mm. Yeah, I mean, granted, my whole thing's like, I don't think Trina's a bad character. You know, um, when she's put in good stories, she does really well. You know, um, like you said, Trina is a very shallow character. BLQ, even Maxie at this point. Hmm. How? I'm curious about that. Ron says, "What do you mean it won't blow up the ratings? Mean Sheila getting pregnant? You never know." Oh, Ron, I do know. Okay, because I can guarantee you, Ron. I know it's a soap opera, anything can happen, but for other people, they're going to be looking at Sheila having a baby at 70 some years old and just being like, "This is nuts. This is crazy." Like that's what Jenna says we need a daytime Emmy prediction live stream. We can all give our predictions. You know what? I like that idea, Janet. Yeah, I like that idea. Hmm. It's actually a great idea. I'm gonna sit there and maybe, yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that. Very good idea. Freddie says Frank Valentine is doing an excellent job with all these new GH sets. Like today, Christina's new. Yes, yes, I agree with that. When I saw Christina's place, I was like, wait, hold on. Yeah, no, Jen, no, that's awesome. That's awesome, Jenna. I'm gonna sit there and try to see if I can get DC. If DC wants to come through, we can do that. Um, I don't know, and anyone else that wants to sit there and come through, I think that's yeah, it's a good idea. I like that because I know that day, well, that night I'm gonna be watching the Emmys. I'm gonna be watching the soap Emmys, so I probably won't be doing a live stream that day. Um, so yeah, we could sit there and do something the day before. Yes, no, I gotta give you credit for that, Janet. That's actually a really good idea. Very smart. I like that. LaShanta says when Chelsea tries to jump, I felt that. Yeah, it was a very intense storyline. Janet says like Wednesday or Thursday. Okay. I would definitely sit there and ask I would definitely sit there and bring it up with him. And maybe try to get Kyrie in it. Depends on what he's doing. But yeah, I'll definitely sit there and ask DC. Ron says I know that Sheila is 77 years old, but and she was way older. Yeah, Ron. I mean that's true, but you gotta sit there and remember something, Ron. That was first of all, it's a here's the thing. It doesn't make it less of a weird story. Like Tabitha doing that in that age sounds like a weird story. Um so that doesn't make it any better, Ron. It just basically sit there and say you got two weird stories that's going on that people are just like, what the F? The only difference is when he did it back then, there wasn't really a lot of people that could sit there and challenge them or say like, "What are you doing?" Now we have the internet. Lisa, maybe you can do it blow by blow while the Emmys are on. Mm, maybe, maybe. I just It's not a bad idea. But I do like the idea of having some people come on. We'll talk about the Emmys and stuff like that. DC, whoever else wants to sit there and come on. Freddie says, I'm so glad I didn't see no Esme lady on my screen. This version of Esme is now boring. See, and that's the problem. That is the problem. Um, I don't understand why they decide to water her down. I get with villains, you can only push them so far. Otherwise, they become a Sheila Carter. But she was so much more better when she was evil, when she was bad. WC says Passion was a supernatural show and people didn't care if an elderly person was knocked up, bum being beat. People ask questions. Exactly, exactly. And again, I'm like, yeah, they did that back then, but I'm gonna be honest. People probably sat there and looked at that storyline like, what the hell? But like I said, I know Ron really wants this chick to sit there and have like triplets or something like that. You know, my whole other thing is she already has kids. She has kids. Why would she want more kids at that age is beyond me. Last day says that might cancel B&B for CBS. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see that actually working out. Like I really don't. Um and then again, Ron's the type of person that wants Jerry to come back on. By the way, did anyone see the Ron says I remember when Phoenix did a take on the Emmys and he was spot on with who. Yeah, he usually is. He's been doing this for a while. But yeah, did anyone actually see the previews towards days for next week? Oh yeah, I already talked about that. Never mind. Um, yeah, with Ashley and Tucker, I don't understand the relationship with Tucker and Audra, right? One of the things I thought was really funny was after Tucker wound up, you know, making love to Audra, he came downstairs and treated Ashley like garbage. And my whole thing was like, would you have treated her like trash if you didn't actually get some from Audra? I don't know what they're doing. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand their relationship. Like, okay, you know, Tucker is her mentor, but you also sleep with her too. Like that's a little weird, you know. I could see them being friends, maybe a father figure or whatever. Maybe she has daddy issues. I don't know. But then they doing this whole them knocking boots every now and then, and it's so weird. I don't know. I just don't know. Um, Ross says yes. Us with the previous, which now Johnny don't know what that's about. I don't understand why Johnny is this gullible. Like your girls need to saying, "Yo, this little chick got a crush on you." Oh, what are you talking about? It's nonsense. Did she make that bracelet for you? Yeah, it's cute, bro. Why? Like, why are you writing him so dense at this point? Freddie says the only thing Lois has done since her return was talk some sense in the net, but now she really hasn't done much. That's exactly Freddie. And that's my thing when it comes towards Lois. People have sat there and said, "Oh my God, I love Lois. She's so great. It's so great having her back on the show." And I'm just like, why? So she could sit there and show off her pretty nails. So she could sit there and talk in her Brooklyn accent. She doesn't exactly, Darby. His stupidity is his own worst enemy. Yes, I don't like I said. I don't think Lois is a bad character. I feel like they're underutilizing her, but because they're underutilizing her, was good. Yeah, why? Tanja, how you doing tonight, Tanja? Yeah, why? Yeah, why? What? Yeah, why? What? Like you want them to? You want the surrogate story to happen with Kristina? The one and only Kyrie's Clark. Tanja says no. Lois isn't special. Yes, I don't. I just but that's the thing though. Like some people really love the fact that she's back, and I'm like, she doesn't do anything on the show to be like, for all that amount of praise. I just don't get it. Have a good night, Alicia. Thank you for joining. I like the video that you did with for Jess Kyrie's. Ron says, I just want to see everyone else reaction. That's why I want Sheila to get pregnant, and she doesn't want Lee as just you just want reaction. Okay, I got you. Yes, I just wish they would do more with her. You know, they found his thing. People have been his thing. People have been wanting Lois back for years, and then when they finally get her, they're not doing much with her. But people are so excited to actually have Lois back. It's like they don't care. And I've never seen that before. Y'all wanted this chick back. Y'all got her. Y'all not doing nothing with her. And I feel like people should be more disappointed. Like, okay, it's cool. It's nice to see her again, but it's like you're gonna get into some interesting storylines. Even if it's a supporting character role, give her something. My goodness. Harry says the one and only Albert Bostic Reed, you're gonna stop saying you don't like Nina. Oh my god, I love it, Kyrie's. That's my guy, Kyrie's. He is one of an effing kind, and I could not have him any other way. Exactly, Darby. The novelty of Lois is nostalgic at best and annoying at worst. Yeah, it's like it's like if they brought back Blockbuster. Yeah, I'll go in there for a little bit. I may rent some movies, but after a while, I'm like, yeah, I got Netflix. What am I doing? What am I doing in a rental store for? That's what that's like. She's like Blockbuster. It'll be nice and cute for a hot minute, but then that ish will get really old really fast. Jenna says, We know Sophie was awesome and hot on B&B. She was. I bet, and that's the thing. They gave her something to do. They gave her something more to do. Now it's just like, exactly, Jen. She is definitely being underutilized. I mean, she's a pretty girl. She's pretty. I'll say that much. Of course, my girl is Donna, but she's pretty. Lastly, it says, especially if you have no nostalgia for the character, it's just is that, and that's another thing. Last thing, see, me and you are coming in watching the return of Lois, right? Well, because we don't have that we don't have that previous knowledge of her. We're just now seeing her. It's like, okay, that's great. There's a hype for her, and I'm glad you our fans are enjoying her. But for me, I'm just like, she ain't doing nothing for me because she ain't doing nothing. Brady says Lois is not a bad character, but her back on the canvas right now. Doing what exactly? Except for being in Brooklyn Chase's business. Yeah, it's a missed opportunity. But it's General Hospital, so I'm not really too surprised by that. They're like the kings of missed opportunities a lot of times. Barbie says I was there for the first go around for Lois, but now that I spent nearly 3 weeks with her, I'm ready to send her back to Benson. I'm ready to send that chick back to Bensonhurst again. Harry says I think Andrew on GH Jessica is still pregnant. She's gonna be exposed and Molly gonna want both babies, but Kristina will want to keep her baby since Molly already has teeth. I think that'll be actually kind of interesting. I can see that. I can see that, Caris. Tanja, what kind of soup are you eating? Oh, oodles and noodles, I think. Ramen noodles. It's not the big one though. I got the little cup. I'm used to the big bowl. It's good, but I miss my big bowl though. I just got regular plain cup of noodles. I was so Tanja, I was so disappointed when I went to the supermarket. I was like, where where's my food at? What are y'all doing? Latte says yes, Albert. I have to give Lois a compelling storyline now, not just work with nostalgia, especially nostalgia that you don't have. Tanja said, I see I eat the big bowl too. Yes. Tanja, that big bowl will fill you up. That big bowl will fill you up. And plus, usually a lot of times when I come back from work and I do these reviews, it's like I don't have the time. I have the energy to want to be spent there cooking. I just said they're usually out of my favorite soup. Yeah, I came in today, I was like, the hell are y'all doing? Why is my soup not here? Dolly, I was just talking about you. I was actually giving you credit, Dolly. Because you put me onto the fact that Kristina shouldn't be a surrogate because she'll be a mom for the first time. She'll be a mom for the first time, and that's a bad idea. So I was crediting you for that. Oh, speaking of credit, speaking of credit, shout out to James. Lasse says I love ramen noodles. Yes, ramen noodles is that go-to food. Kirby said just admitted, Albert, you're not a good cook. Well, no, that's not true. But I'm not gonna blame you know who because it's you know whose birthday. Okay, so I'm not gonna blame you know who because it's you know whose birthday. But tomorrow and moving forward, I'll be blaming you know who again. Ron said, Albert, what the F is Brad Bear issues? Because of favoritism and biasness. What makes you think that he's not treating Taylor well? But yes, shout out to James. So everyone knows, everyone who's watching GH knows about Adam, aka Maurice Bernard's son. Guess who got an interview with Maurice Bernard's son? James. JOJ Media. Um, so definitely check it out. Definitely check it out. I will leave the video. I will leave the video in the either put it in the community tab or I'll leave it in the description. But yes, he did an interview with Adam that's played by Joshua Bernard. So yeah, check it out. Freddie said Christina ending up being TJ and Molly surrogate will end in chaos and disaster. Is going to be a mess. Exactly. It's going to be a hot mess. Well, it's going to be a fun mess, and I can't wait for it. Dolly said, thanks for the credit. Of course. Like I said, Dolly, the reason why I feel like I improve on my reviews is because of people like you that, educate me on stuff like that. I always sit there and say I'm good at what I do because of the people that I have with me. You're one of them. Everybody says good. Don't blame her because everything's good today. And Justice said, well, I just sit there and say who. I just said you know who. I just said you know who. But don't worry, daughter. I'll be blaming you know who tomorrow. Carrie says, I thought you meant Adam. Oh, Carrie, I wouldn't be too surprised, Carrie. James knows Eric Brady, and Eric Brady pretty much knows the whole cast, so it wouldn't be that. I feel like James could probably get an interview with Mark Grossman. I feel like he could. He seems he has a good relationship with CBS. He gets a lot of CBS stars, a little bit more than GH and stuff. So Ryan says Brad Pitt is for the Logans. Albert, he don't want Taylor around or anything. His show, that's why his bias. Hmm. Ron, you're not the first person to say that. That's the thing, Ron. You're not the first person to say that. Usually, when you start talking about the Sheila stuff, I'm like, Ron, come on. But that? Hmm. It's mighty quick. I'm actually very happy that you're watching Days of Our Lives. Um, Very happy watching Days of Our Lives. It's a good show. Spider Quick says Albert Curry's wife is GA's lawyer, Mrs. Clark. Oh yeah, Dee Dee Clark. Dee Dee Clark. Oh, your future wife is McCullen. Caitlin McCullen. I wish they would sit there and give um Willow a better storyline. Carrie says, I'll talk about Maxie's weight loss. She looks great. Okay, I'm gonna have to sit there and see that. I'm gonna have to sit there and see that picture. I want to see some proof on that one. Like I said, I said it before. I don't feel like Max really lost any weight. I don't know what y'all looking at, but Ron says I'm not going to be the last person to say that, but it's a fact that that's what I was saying, Ron. Like I've heard other people say that too. I've heard other people say that same thing, Ron. So I think you might be onto something. That's why Quick says stop hating on Maxie. Once again, I think your definition is flawed when it comes towards hating. Um, Honestly, tell you the truth, is it's not hating; it's just fact. It's funny, quick. The last time I was there talking about women and body and stuff like that, apparently somebody was like, "You're body shaming." Yeah, okay, whatever. That's right. I'm a dick. Last, Kyrie says she definitely lost weight. She's still chunky, but she lost weight. Okay. Kyrie, next time I'm gonna sit there and take a really good look at her because I'm pretty sure she didn't. Last, they said Taylor has always been treated terrible by Brad. At least since I started watching B&B in 2011. Taylor would hold characters to blame Brooke for everything, which makes Taylor annoying. Yeah, is that's that goes into that's yeah. last day, like I was just saying to like I was saying to Ron, I was like, that's not the first time I heard that. And it's actually pretty crazy. So my quick says it's not wrong to not want to date. It's the same with women. If they see a fat man, they ain't dating him unless he's rich. Well, yes, by the way, obviously yes. And you know what's really funny? I was like totally not body shaming anyone. Um, but of course, this person was super sensitive. And is usually critical about everything that I do. And yet I always sit there and see them in the chat anyway, which is like kind of laughable. It was just so hilarious. I was like, in no shape, way, or form was I actually sitting up there body shaming anyone. I wouldn't sit there and say that, but yeah, you know exactly what it is, by the way. How about we not say it? Because I don't want to actually be a dick. Um, Freddie said TJ sure had been confiding in Portia lately. Well, yeah, I mean, they both work at the hospital. It just makes sense, you know. Not really a lot of people that I guess he feels comfortable talking with in the hospital. Spider Quick says I legit don't know. Yeah, it's probably better that way than Spider Quick. Curry says I play the role of I play the role of blaming of playing I'll play the role of playing the blaming Brooke for everything for free. What about Katie Baby? What about my girl Katie Baby? Listen, Brooke still got curves. What about my girl Katie Baby now? Well, screw it. It's the first one. It's the first one. Spider Quick. Billy says, I wonder if some of the Taylor Port treatment is left over from the original portrayal Hunter. They never seem to like her. Damn. That's some pretty messed up stuff right there. Yeah, I don't understand that Spider Quick. I really don't. I'm like, you know, my whole thing is Spider Quick. If I didn't like the way that somebody operates their live stream or do their videos, I wouldn't rock with them. I wouldn't sit there and rock with them. Like, there'd be no point. I feel like I'd just be wasting my time. And I'm like, I said that a couple of times, but she's still this person's still here. So I'm like, okay. Lois said Taylor has way more stories in the '90s, and there were more variety after Hunter left. The first time Taylor was never the same. I guess you know what. Totally, I guess he felt slighted. You know, she probably felt. I mean, he probably felt slighted. Like, yo, you left and came back. Like, he probably felt some sort of way too. Like, she always seems in the chat, always talks bad about you. I think she, you know, here's things by quick. She takes things very personal. You know, Spider Quick. Like when I sit there and say, "Oh, I don't like GH right now," or "I don't give GH a good review," they're the first person to sit there and get really mad and upset. And I remember one of the things that they said was, "It seems like you don't like the show. Why do you watch it for?" In my head, I'm like, "It seems like you don't know exactly what I do. So why are you here?" But yeah, Harry says Katie's no baby. She's not even cute. Y'all need some glasses. Katie never looked good. Like, see, when you started saying things like that, Kyrie, I read that comment seriously until you got to that point. And then I was just like, all right, bro. Oh, come on, Kyrie. Come on, last day. She's Katie baby. She is Katie baby. But that's the thing, though. Like I said, though, he probably felt like Craig said, "Did you?" No. So I never blocked that person. But I never. Here's the thing, Spike. I never blocked that person because I know that that person. There's a reason why I never blocked that person. Why I've used much more kick gloves on that person. And also, they never really came at me super bad. You know, it's just like everything that I say, they get upset, which is fine. It's like I don't care if you get upset. Like, what's that gonna do to me? Lastly, says Albert is like I make reviews about soap operas. Some people take the stuff way too personally. Yeah, and it's that's part of the game. So I get that part, but like, to be honest, I find it more hilarious than anything else. Every says I watch a show I have to disagree with because I'm waiting for it to change for the better. Yeah, I've done that before too. I've done that before too. Freddie says I feel really bad for Scout. Drew needs to do better. He needs to talk to Sam. He needs to talk to Sam instead of just kind of skipping over her. And Sam needs to sit there and put her foot down. Oh, Kyrie's. My Ava Jerome better not get arrested. Okay, Kyrie's. I said this in the beginning of the chat, so I'll sit there and say this again. I don't understand why Ava is not telling Sonny. I don't understand why Ava's not telling Sonny about this note, this photo. It's like she didn't learn anything from the last time she didn't get Sonny involved, and she's doing it again. By the time Sonny got involved to really try to do anything, it was damn near too late. And once again, she's doing it again. I don't get that. Jenna says, I do not think Katie is hot, attractive as a push. I have to agree with the other guys. Yeah, I get it. I mean, Jen, I just call her Katie Baby just because just like calling her Katie Baby. But yeah, no, I get that. So Quick says Albert Nina might tell Sonny about it. I hope she does. I just wish Ava did that. Lois says I remember there was a scandal with Taylor and Melrose Place in the '90s. She was casted on that show, got fired for being pregnant, and sued. Oh, well, exactly. Dolly, then I'll probably explain it a little bit because I mean, look at Engel. Look at the person that played Jax. We don't see him on any soaps anytime soon. You you are goddamn right, Janet. You are goddamn right. Audra is a 10 and then some. That chick is bad. That chick is bad, Janet, but you're a 10 also, though. So a 10 will recognize a 10. I will say that much, Janet. Yeah, okay, whatever, Spider Quick. You think that Maxi's hot, so I'm not gonna. Spider Quick says, obviously, you should want to be Nina's husband because she's getting all the tea from everyone. Nina ain't bad looking. Freddie says, Albert, Sam does need to have a conversation with Joe. Yeah. Because I'm like, your daughter just told you that she didn't want to go to private school. It's in the middle of the school year, or like, whatever. You already have your answer. You already have your answer. Exactly, Janet. See, this is why I rock with you, Janet. This is why I rock with you. One of the many reasons I rock with you. Curry says Audra is a 9. I'm gonna go with a 10, but a 9 is a good compliment, so I'll take it. Freddie's, I can agree on that. I mean, I think she's a 10, but we'll split the difference. Freddie says Ava Jerome has survived much worse. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has, but my whole thing is like, she didn't tell Sonny the first time until it was nearly too late. She's getting a picture, practically a threatening message, and she's not telling Sonny about that either. I'm like, boo, you can drink as many martinis as you want. That problem ain't going away. I don't I don't get it. Carrie says Donna Logan is only a 7 now. I think she's a 9.5. I think she's a 9.5. Spike Quick says Albert she's out here with secrets every week. Yeah, she got so many secrets. And Janet says Eve equals she's a 7. Who is Eve? I wonder who Eve is. Oh, Ava. Ava, yeah. Um yeah, I would honestly tell you, I would give Ava I give her an A. I can give her an A. I'll sit there and say she's an A. Because she damn sure looked better than Jocelyn. Jocelyn's pretty. Jocelyn's a 7.5. I give that much. Oh, last day she meant Ava. She meant Ava Jerome. It took me a minute. No, she meant Ava Jerome. You feel really strong about that, don't you, Spider Quake? My dude is using all caps. Carrie says, I want to know if you fully came to your senses. I would admit Ann Jordan looks better than Betty. Yeah, I'll say that. I'll say that. Oh, it's all good, Janet. I know exactly what you meant. Carrie, yeah, no, that picture that yeah, I can say that. I agree with that, Carrie's. Last says Ava looks a lot better than Joss. Yeah, I mean, like I said, lastly, don't get it twisted. Jocelyn, even though she pisses me off, she ain't bad looking. Okay, I'd give that girl a 7.5. Freddie says Ava should speak up to Sonny. Yes, I agree with that. I don't know what the hell Ava's doing at this point. Janice says Josh is cute, better figure. Yeah, so like I said, I give her a 7.5. She ain't bad looking. She is definitely not bad looking. I will give her that. She can be annoying at times, but looks wise, yeah. Debbie says, okay, Albert, glasses for Kyrie and last day for. See, when he starts talking about Maxie and Stella, at that point, it's just like, this is where I start to just, I can't, I just, no. Kyrie says, I don't need any damn glasses. That's really funny though, because I watch a lot of Kyrie's videos. So when I read that, it's like because I know how you sound. I'm imagining how you actually sound when you're writing that. Well, Darby, I did sit there and see picture. They're not. Here's the thing, Darby. I was sitting there and said, depending on when that picture was taken, that Kyrie's gave me, he gave me a picture where she's pretty bad. I mean, Bella. I mean, Betty's. Belly is pretty. She's pretty. You know, but I don't know how old that picture is. Carrie says, and you know I'm serious in my assessment that Stella and Android and Maxie look. See, Carrie's when you said Ann Jordan, I was like, okay, depending on that picture, but Maxie and Stella, come on, bro. Yeah, that's what I said. She's pretty. I don't know. I don't see when you start talking about Maxie, that's when it's just like, all right, bro. Like, all right, come on now, come on. Why are you doing that for? Why are you doing that for? Toby says recent pictures, those pictures were like 25 years old, crying out loud. That's when I want to sit there and take a really good look. Alyssa, what is good? I'm glad you're here, Alyssa. I'm putting out a video tonight. When you get a chance, it's for the members only. When you get a chance, take a look at it. Take a look at it. Also, I hope you had a really good day, Alyssa. You've been missed. You have been missed. But you know what, Alyssa, here's the thing. I also think that you would like it. I'll say that much. I don't want to sit there and get too specific, but I think that you'll like it. Or at the very least, you'll be like, okay. So I'm going to put that out right after I end the live stream. I feel kind of guilty because, like, now I'm going to end the live stream once you just got here. I feel bad. I got to wake up at, like, super early in the morning now. Freddie says, Cyrus pretending to be the helpless old man really got lost falling into his trap. Exactly. Freddie, this we talked about this week. It was like, this is exactly why he dropped that couple on purpose. He dropped that glass on purpose, yo. That maitre d was a dick. Liz said Days, Y&R, and B&B were okay today. Yeah, I agree with that. Harry says Android needs to stay around. Victor messed with the wrong woman. Hmm. She ain't going. She ain't going nowhere. She escaped. So, oh Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, listen. I'm gonna end the live stream right here, just because I do got to sit there and wake up early in the morning. I do want to thank everyone for joining. If you're a member, make sure that you do watch the video tonight. Tomorrow, whenever you get a chance, to get one. Let's say Eric passed out and he's getting what he wants instead of dying at the hospital. He's going to die. That's so bad. Um, I did. Here's the thing, Alyssa. I did kind of feel bad for him until Donna gave that over exaggerated look on her face, and the way they did the camera angle, I was just like, Dory says the princess isn't coming. No, Dory, she's out there living her best life, which kind of sucks. Though I do. Here's the thing, I do feel bad for her because it's raining. Like it looks like crap outside. Okay, so I hope wherever she's at, she's indoors because outside is looking pretty garbage. Exactly. That's what took me out the scene and kind of made me laugh a little bit because it was like, oh my god, Eric. When he started talking about how he was afraid to die, it did get me a little bit. And until they did that whole soapy thing, and I was like, yeah, okay. Carrie says, Boomer Bostic, Boomer Darby. Good night, Alyssa. Good night, Spiderquake. Good night, Mr. Reeves. Good night, Freddie. Good night, Last Day, and everyone else. Alyssa, it's her birthday today, so she's exactly like that. See, Alyssa, see, this is exactly why I missed you. This is exactly why I missed you, Alyssa. Yes, so yes, have a good night, Darby. Have a good night, Freddie. Have a good night, Last Day. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a good night, Alyssa. Have a good night, Blackmon. Have a good night, Queen Janet. Have a good night, Laura B. Have a good night, Spiderquake. Have a good night, Lashanta. Have a good night, Blackmon. Have a good night, Dolly. Have a good night, Laura B. Have a good night, Duan. I feel like I'm missing some more people. Have a good night, Last Day. There we go. Yes. Have a good night, Last Day. Yes. Kyrie says, for those who ain't members, me, Albert, and DC are collaborating this Sunday. That's very true. Yes. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Um, we gonna talk. We're gonna have some good talks, spill some tea, have a good conversation. Um, it's gonna be one you're not gonna want to miss. So definitely become a member. In the pinned comments up here, or just go to any one of my videos and click this description box. In the description box, hit the pinned comment. It's gonna be a good one. It's always fun to sit there and chop it up with my guy Kyrie's. Have a good night, Freddie. Thank you for joining. It's always a pleasure to see you, my friend. I feel like I'm missing some people, but you know who you are. So, yeah, stay safe. Harry says I'm gonna barely have a filter. Okay. Well, Kyrie, so I wouldn't sit there and take you any other way. So I click sadly not a member. See you on Monday. Yeah, yeah. Just watch the replay. It's gonna be a good one. But Spider Quake, you will be missed though. So, kind of sucks you didn't actually get the membership thing. But you have a good night, my friend. You stay safe. Freddie says, fun live stream as always. Albert, thank you, Freddie. It's always a pleasure to have you. It's always really fun to see you in the chat. So it's nice to sit there and see you again. Have a good night, all. Stay safe. I will see you in the next live stream. And yeah, laters.